All right, let's take a look at the practice test. We're asked to find the length of each arc. And for the first problem, we're given a radius that's 10 miles, and then our theta is 7 pi over 12. So if you're not given degrees and you're in a trigonometry course, then you assume that this is in radians, right? I don't need to write out radians like this. But essentially from the lesson, we talked about the formula you could use for this. It's very, very simple, just something you plug into. I want you to recall that we talked about the fact that if you're measuring an angle in terms of radians, then theta is equal to S, which is your arc length, divided by R, which is your radius. So if we just rearrange this by multiplying both sides by R, well, we can solve for S and say that S, which is the length of the arc, is equal to R, which is your radius, times theta, where theta is in terms of radians. Okay, so that's very important. If you get something in terms of degrees, you can either convert it over or you can use a different formula. And I'll talk more about that later on. We reviewed it in the lesson, but I'll bring it back up and go over that again with you. So this is the formula we're going to use for this problem. Let me drag that down here and get a little room going. And essentially you just plug in. So these problems are very, very simple. So we would say that S, which is the arc length we're looking for, is equal to R, which is 10 miles. Don't forget your units here. And then times your theta. Again, theta's got to be in terms of radians. So this is 7 pi over 12. And all I'm going to do here is just cancel a common factor of 2 between this guy and this guy. Let me make this 12 a little bit better. And let me do my cancellation again. So 10 divided by 2 would be 5, and 12 divided by 2 would be 6. So I'm just going to multiply across. 5 times 7 is 35, and then times pi, and this is over 6. And don't forget about your units there. So this is in terms of miles. Now, this answer is good enough for me. If you're self-studying, I would just put this. Your teacher may require you to go through and give an approximation. So in that case, you need to punch this into your calculator and then round to whatever they tell you to round to. Okay, let's take a look at another problem. This is problem 2. So we have R is equal to 10 kilometers and theta is equal to 5 pi over 6. So again, the formula, because this guy is in radians, your S, your arc length, is going to be R times theta. So really simple. So let's go ahead and say that S is equal to your R, which is 10 kilometers, times your theta, which is 5 pi over 6. Let's think about canceling. So between 10 and 6, I have a common factor of 2. So let's go ahead and say that this divided by 2 is 5, and this divided by 2 is 3. And this S sort of looks like a 5. So let me try to make that a little bit cleaner so that's more legible. So now we just multiply across. So 5 times 5 is 25. So this is 25 pi over, you have this 3 down here. And again, don't forget about your units. That's very important in this type of problem. So you have this kilometers here. So let me put that there. And again, your teacher may want you to approximate this, but if you're self-studying, I'd give this as the answer. So 25 pi over 3 kilometers. Okay, let's take a look at problem number 3. So again, let me write this out. So S is equal to R times theta. So here the radius is 6 centimeters and your theta is 17 pi over 12. So here S, the arc length, is equal to R, which is 6 centimeters, times your theta, which is 17 pi over 12. Let's go ahead and say that I can cancel a common factor of 6 between here and here. So 6 divided by 6 is 1, and 12 divided by 6 is 2. So this is just going to be 17 pi over 2 centimeters. All right, let's take a look at problem number 4. So here we have a radius that's 5 kilometers, and theta is now 240 degrees. So you could convert this over into radians. So you could say 240 degrees multiplied by, remember the relationship is 180 degrees is equal to pi radians. Always put what you want to get rid of in the denominator. So I'm going to put 180 degrees in the denominator because I want to get rid of these units here, the degrees. And I'm going to put pi radians in the numerator. So this right here, if I think about 240 and 180, let me do that off to the side so that this is crystal clear. Well, immediately you could remove a common factor of 10. So let's just say this is 24 over 18, and I could say this is 8 times 3, and I could say that this is 9 times 2, and I'll go ahead and just say that this divided by this would be 4, and this would have a common factor of 3. So let me put a 3 down here. So this is going to end up being 4/3. So let me get rid of this and say that this is 4 pi over 3. And again, this is in terms of radians. So we could just say this is equal to 4 pi over 3. You don't need to write radians out. And let me get rid of this. We don't need this information anymore. Okay, so I'm just going to use my formula. So S is equal to your R, your radius, times your theta. So S, the arc length, is equal to your radius is 5 kilometers, and then times your angle theta in radians is 4 pi over 3. So nothing's really going to cancel here, so I'm just going to multiply. So 5 times 4 is 20, so this is 20, and then times pi over 3, and this is in terms of kilometers. All right, now if you wanted to use the formula for degrees, this is something that you would have learned in geometry. If you want to just convert it over, that's fine too, but in case you're interested, so the arc length here would be equal to, remember the formula for the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. Now, you have a 240 degree angle here, and you think about one complete circle or one full rotation, that's 360 degrees. So what you'd have to do is get your fractional amount. So you would do 240 degrees over 360 degrees to make this formula work. So to simplify this, get rid of the degree symbol for right now in each case. We're going to remove a common factor of 10. So between 24 and 36, they have a common factor of 12. So if I divide 24 by 12, I get 2. If I divide 36 by 12, I get 3. So let's go ahead and say this is going to be times 2/3 here. And what we're going to do is replace this r with what was given, which is 5 kilometers. So let me kind of slide this down here so this works. So this is 5 kilometers. And so what are you going to end up with? Well, you're going to have the same thing as up here. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 5 is going to be 20. So this is 20 pi. And then this is in terms of kilometers over 3. Okay, and you can probably just write it like this. So 20 pi over 3 kilometers. And again, it's the same thing either way, but you may be more comfortable doing it this way versus converting into radians. It's just really personal preference. Okay, let's take a look at problem number 5. So here we have the radius is 8 meters and theta is 120 degrees. So I'll just do it both ways so we get some practice. So S is equal to R times theta. Again, if theta is given in radians, so 120 degrees times, again, I'm going to go pi radians over your 180 degrees. So what is this going to give me? Well, the degree unit is going to cancel in each case. And if I think about 12 and 18, forget about the fact that it's 120 and 180 because you can quickly cancel a common factor of 10. So 12 over 18, there's a common factor of 6. So if I divide this by 6, I get 2. If I divide this by 6, I get 3. So this is going to be 2/3. So this would be 2 pi over 3 in terms of radians. Let's get rid of this, and I'll just put this as 2 pi over 3. Forget about the radians. You don't need to write that. And so I'll just plug in now, and I'll say S, the arc length, is equal to, so 8 meters times, this is going to be 2 pi over 3. And nothing's really going to cancel here. So I'm just going to go through and multiply. So 8 times 2 is 16. So 16 pi over 3, and this is in terms of meters. Now, again, if you wanted to do this the other way, you could say that S is equal to your 2 pi r. All you have to do is remember the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. And then I just want to think about the fact that this is 120 degrees over 360 degrees. So that fractional amount of the circle that I'm working with. So if I go through and think about 12 and 36, well, 36 is actually divisible by 12. 36 divided by 12 is 3. So this would end up being 1/3. Let's get rid of this and put this as 1/3. And then I could just plug in for my radius, which is going to be 8 meters. And so what you get again is 2 times 8, which is 16, times pi over 3, and this is in terms of meters. So whichever way you want to do this. Okay, let's take a look at problem number 6. So here the radius is 19 centimeters and theta is 270 degrees. So again, let's convert this over. So 270 degrees times, I'm going to go pi radians over 180 degrees. So let's think about 27 over 18. They're each divisible by 9. 27 divided by 9 is going to be 3. 18 divided by 9 is going to be 2. So this would be 3 pi over 2 in terms of radians. Okay, so let's get rid of this and put 3 pi over 2. And let's get rid of this. Okay, so we can just plug into the formula. So S, the arc length, is equal to, so your 19 centimeters, your R, or your radius here, times your theta, which is 3 pi over 2. Nothing's going to cancel. So 19 times 3 is 57. and then we have pi over 2, and this is in terms of centimeters. So once again, if you want to do this with degrees, so S is equal to, you take your 2 pi r, again, the formula for the circumference of a circle, and then we're just going to multiply this by, you have this 270 degrees divided by 360 degrees. So don't forget to set this fraction up. And then I'm immediately going to get rid of this right here. So for 27, let me write this as 9 times 3. And let me write 36 as 9 times 4. And I think you can see that the 9s are going to cancel away. So basically all you're going to do here is cancel this guy with this guy. And I'll put a 2 down here. And so this is going to go away. Let's just get rid of it as we do this. So let's just put a 2 here. Plug in for the radius. That's going to be 19 centimeters. And so this is going to be what? 3 times 19 we know is 57. So this is 57 over 2 and then times pi. And this would be in terms of centimeters. So either way you would get the same answer. All right, for the next few problems, the instructions say to find the area of each sector. So for this one, you have the area is equal to 1/2 times your radius squared times your theta. Now again, with this formula, theta must be given in radians. And I'll talk about the formula for degrees. A lot of you, again, know that from geometry. So here, let me put A for area. And I know a lot of books put a fancy A there, but I can't draw that. So I'm just going to put an A for area. And we'll say this is 1/2 times your radius, which is given as 9 yards. So you're going to have 9 yards. Now, this is important here. This is squared. So make sure that you square this whole thing, including the units. So this is 9 squared times yard squared. Okay, so that's very important. And then times your theta, which in this case is 7 pi over 6. So this is equal to, well, here I'll just say that you have 1/2 times 9 squared is 81. And then you have your yards squared. And then times your 7 pi over 6. Now, can I cancel anything? Well, yeah, I can cancel a common factor of 3 between 81 and 6. So 81 divided by 3, that's going to be 27. So let me write 27 up here. And 6 divided by 3 is going to be 2. So let's say for the final answer, we're going to have 27 times 7, which is 189, and then times pi over. Down here, you're going to have 2 times 2, which is 4. And so 189 pi over 4, and then don't forget your units. So this is going to be square yards or yard squared, however you want to say that, and however you want to write it. So I think it's more compact this way. This is how I would write it. Again, your teacher might want you to approximate this, so just get with them. If you're self-studying, then this answer is perfectly fine. Okay, for problem number 8, here we have the radius that's 16 feet, and our theta is 3 pi over 2. So again, the formula is area is equal to, you have 1/2 times your radius squared. So 16 feet, and that's going to be squared. And then times your theta, which is 3 pi over 2. So let's say this is 1/2 times 16 squared is 256. And then you're going to have square feet. And then times 3 pi over 2. So what I'm going to do here is actually get rid of this. And I'm going to write this as a 4 here, just so it's more clear when I cancel. So I'm basically going to divide 256 by 4, and that's going to give me 64. So let me cancel this with this and put a 64 here. And then we're just going to multiply 64 times 3. That's going to be 192. So this is 192 pi, and then square feet, or you could put feet squared, whatever you want to write. So 192 pi feet squared. Okay, let's take a look at problem number 9. So here we're going to have a radius that's 8 centimeters and a theta that's 90 degrees. So again, with the formula that I gave you, it works on radians. Now, a lot of you already know that 90 degrees is pi over 2 radians. So it's a very quick conversion. If you don't know that, again, 90 degrees, you'd multiply it by pi radians over 180 degrees. And so we know that this would cancel with this and give me a 2 down here, right? So this is pi over 2 radians. Okay, so once we've converted it over, again, you could just use your formula. So your area is equal to 1/2 times your radius squared. So this is 8 centimeters squared. And then times your theta, which is pi over 2. So in this particular case, you have 1/2 times 8 squared is 64. And then you'd have centimeters squared, and then times pi over 2. Again, what I'm going to do is say that this 2 times this 2 is 4. I'm just going to get rid of this from here to make it a little bit clearer what we're going to do, because 64 divided by 4, that's going to give me 16. So this ends up being 16 pi centimeters squared. Now, If you wanted to not convert this or use the formula from geometry for degrees, for the area of a circle, I think most of us remember this from basic geometry, it's pi r squared. Now, in this particular case, you don't have an entire circle, right? In this case, you have 90 degrees for your angle. And so if you think about that, that's a fourth of the circle, right? Because the circle, if you think about the whole angle, is 360 degrees. So you would just multiply this by, again, the fraction of the circle you're working with. So let's go ahead and say this is 90 degrees over 360 degrees. We know that this is going to end up being 1/4. So this is 1/4. And so if you plug in for the radius squared, we know that this is 64 centimeters squared. And of course, we just did this. Let me get rid of this. This is a little bit too tight. And so if I cancel this with this, I'm going to end up with 16 here. And so once again, I get 16 pi centimeters squared. So whichever formula you want to use, you'll get the same answer. Okay, let's look at problem number 10. So here we have a radius that's 12 yards and a theta that's 270 degrees. A lot of you know that 270 degrees is 3 pi over 2 in terms of radians. If you don't know that, again, you can always convert it over just by multiplying it by pi or radians over 180 degrees. If you just take 27 over 18 and you divide each one by 9, 27 divided by 9 is 3. 18 divided by 9 is 2. So this is 3 over 2. So you end up with 3 pi over 2, and this is in terms of radians. Okay, so let's get rid of this, and we don't need the scratch work anymore. And I'm just going to plug into the formula. So the area is equal to, you have your 1/2 times the radius squared. So 12 squared is 144. And then you have square yards or yards squared. And then times this guy right here in radians. So 3 pi over 2. So what are we going to have? So 2 times 2 is 4. Let me get rid of this and write this as a 4 over here. And 144 divided by 4, that's 36. So let me cancel this with this and put a 36 up here. Let me make that more legible. And so 36 times 3, that's going to give you 108. And again, this is going to be pi yards squared. Now, if you want to use your geometry formula, that's fine too. Again, start off with the area of a circle. That's pi r squared. So pi r squared. And then just think about this is 270 degrees. You don't have 360 degrees. This is 3/4 of a full circle, right? So you put 270 degrees over 360 degrees, you're going to end up with 3/4. So let's put times 3/4. Let me move it down a little bit. We know this r squared here, this radius squared, is 144 square yards. And so if you go through and say, again, 144 divided by 4 is 36. Let me go through and cancel this. It's the exact same thing that we just did. So you're going to end up with 36 times 3, which is 108. So this is 108 pi and then yards squared. So either way you want to do it.